Hello and welcome to this first lecture of Winning Corporate Relations Strategy Formulation in this course on placements and corporate relations. Excellent. So this section is basically designed to give you an in-depth understanding of how to formulate the winning corporate relations strategy. And in this particular lecture, we will begin by talking to you about what is a winning corporate relations strategy that we are talking about, right? So what do you think? What is this corporate relations strategy and how to formulate the one? Any thoughts? See, we need to start with understanding what is the corporate relations strategy before we talk about how to formulate this corporate relations strategy, right? So any thoughts on what is this corporate relations strategy? See, basically, it consists of any strategy, as I keep talking to all of you in different courses, any strategy is about asking few questions that can help you attain your goals. So a corporate relations strategy is ultimately about in those strategic questions that can help you attain your placement goals. And the placement goals that we see are 100% placement of the passing out batch at a targeted median CTC, right? So the questions that you can ask that can help you recruit best recruiters, right recruiters coming to your campus, help you prepare students accordingly and help them perform to get that 100% of the batch passing out at a median targeted CTC is what would constitute a corporate relations strategy. So what are these questions, right? Isn't that what you would be asking in your mind? Right. So let's look at what are these questions. See, there are four broad questions, and I have listed them in not any order of work that you need to do, but in order of the things that came to my mind. So, first thing you need to decide which companies should you target to come for campus placement. Which companies? And these needs to be right companies that can motivate your people to perform, for whom you can prepare your people, and these companies, when they come to campus, they can pick your students. Second thing will be if you want to get these companies, what value should you offer them versus other campuses that they go to consider coming for the campus. If it is a new recruiter, they will not just come like this just because you call them, because the world is competitive, right? Your competitors would be talking to these target companies as often, if not more, as you would be. So the question is, what value would you offer? And if that value is bigger and better than your target competitors or other campuses that they would consider going, then they would come to you, right? So it's a competitive world and you need to find out what value can you offer. Then the question is, who will you compete against, right? If there are competitors, so the question is, who are the players that you would compete against? Would you go ahead and put your head against another campus that is far better than yourself and you have no chance of offering a value to your possible companies? Would that be the right place to begin? I'll leave you to answer that later on. So you need to decide who are your target competitors to be able to then say what value can you offer and which companies should you go after. Once you decide who are the companies that you want to get and what value can you offer, then the question is how will you communicate that value to you that you can offer? What is the best way that you can offer that value that will persuade these companies to come to your campus? And then pick as many students at the required CTC as they can, right? So that these are the four questions that if you answer, you would have in half a page your corporate relations strategy. So the corporate relations strategy is not a thesis of unlimited number of pages. It's a direction, it's a strategy that can help you achieve. It's these set of questions that you can answer as we will show you later on an example as we go forward. They will fit in half a slide actually. They need to be very focused and they need, once you can answer these questions as in short and as in focused way, the better would be your corporate relation strategy. So the question that you would have in your mind and I have for you is how will you answer these questions? Any thoughts? Can you think about it before we move on and look at how can you answer these questions? Right. So, having looked at what is the meaning, what are the questions that you need to answer in a corporate relations strategy, we are now getting into how to formulate those, how to answer those questions. And in the next lecture, we will look at the first question of who do we compete against. We will not start with which companies or what value. First, we will look at who are we competing against, who should we compete against, who are the players around that may go to the kind of companies that we want to get into, and who are the ones that we should be rightfully and competing with a good probability of success, and that is the topic of the next lecture. So thank you so much. I hope you are beginning to learn new things about winning corporate relations strategy formulation, and you are enjoying it. If you have any questions, do feel free to message me anywhere in any way. I'll be happy to answer them, and I look forward to see you again in the next lecture.